Dear student, today's the point is differences between electrochemical means galvanic cell and electrolytic cell. First one, cathode sign electrochemical cell used for positive and the function of electrochemical cell is only the electron accepting. Student, in electrolytic cell the cathode sign used as negative cell and the main function is cation attracting or reducing. Student, in the case of anode, the sign used in electrochemical cell is negative and the main function is electron supplying. But in the case of electrolytic cell, it is positive sign and in the main function of this anion attracting or oxidizing. So student, it's a major difference between electrochemical cell and electrolytic cell. Student, most of the part in electrochemistry chapter are confused. So kindly build up this point in your mind and the major difference between these. For your learning purpose, I also make a table for learning. First, electrochemical cell. First point, a device which convert chemical energy into electrical energy known as electrochemical cell. Point number 1, electrolytic cell. A device which convert electrical energy into chemical energy known as electrolytic cell. Student, electrochemical cells, point number 2, redox reaction is spontaneous, means responsible for production of electrical energy. By electrolytic cell, point number 2, redox reaction is non-spontaneous and electricity or electrical energy is supplied for chemical changes only. In electrochemical cell, point 3, two half cells are set up in a different containers and connected through salt bridge or porous partition. By electrolytic cell, point number 3, both the electrodes are placed in the solution or molten electrolyte in the same container, so there are no separation in electrolytic cell. Student, point number 4, anode in electrochemical cell is negative and cathode is positive sign or positive electrode, but in an electrolytic cell anode is positive and cathode is negative electrode known and sign negative is used. Student, electrochemical cell, point number 5, electron move from anode to cathode in external circuit, but in electrolytic cell electron are supplied by external battery and under through cathode and came out through anode. So student, these are 5 major difference, so you remember it. Student, the next point is batteries or commercial cells. So batteries is an arrangement of electrochemical cell used an energy source. There are 2 types. First one is a primary battery, when electrode reactions cannot be reversed by an external electric energy source, so they are not chargeable. Example, dry cell, mercury cell. Secondary batteries are the second types of batteries when the reactions can be reversed by an external electrical energy source. These cells can be recharged by passing electric current and used again and again. These are also called storage cells. It's a second name. Example, lead storage battery you used in your inverter in your home domestic use. The nickel cadmium storage cell used in a camera. So first we take a primary battery structure, dry cell which is called, if you have seen the display, it's a dry cell, the positive and negative, metal capsule, graphite is known as a cathode, MnO2, manganese oxide plus carbon and paste of ammonium chloride plus zinc chloride and zinc as react as anode. So student, in a dry cell, most familiar commercial cell based on Leclanche cell, cathode a graphite, anode is zinc, electrolyte is MnO2 plus carbon, it's a touching cathode, NH4 plus ZnCl2 is touching anode. So in anode the reaction is Z and zinc give the 2 electrons, means oxidize, and cathode ammonium MnO2 gain the 2 electrons and become into MnO plus hydroxide OH and ammonia. So overall reaction you have seen, zinc plus ammonium ion plus manganese oxide, they become into Zn2 positive 2 MnOH and ammonia. So students, second type is cell, primary battery is mercury cell used in wristwatches, hearing aids, etc. These are the gaskets, cathode, anode, anode cap, cell can separator. So in a mercury cell, cathode is mercury second oxide, anode is zinc. Electrolyte are used, paste of potassium hydroxide plus zinc oxide. Anode is, in anode the reaction is zinc amalgam plus hydroxide ion become into zinc oxide, water and gain 2 electrons. And cathode, mercury oxide, water, gain 2 electrons, become into the mercury liquid condition and hydroxide ion. These are the overall reaction. The second is, student, the secondary battery part. So in your syllabus only the two primary batteries, first is mercury cell and second is dry cell. In the board exam the question are asked. In a secondary battery means chargeable battery. The first one is a lead storage cell you use in domestic use in inverter battery. Cathode is lead packed with lead oxide PbO2, anode is lead themselves. Electrolyte we use 38% H2SO4 solution. And anode the reaction is lead plus sulfate ion. Discharge condition they gives lead sulfate and 2 ion, but in a charge condition the non-spontaneous reaction are converted into this, they become into then cathode lead oxide plus sulfate ion plus 4 hydrogen atom ion plus 2 electrons, they become into lead sulfate and water molecules. But in a charge condition the reaction is from the another part left hand side. So overall reaction are this. Student, mostly the part in the previous trend of the exam the reactions are asked from the lead storage cell. It's a display you have seen, the aqueous H2SO4, the lead oxide which is filled in a grid, the lead anode react with lead, cathode lead oxide plates and lead plates. So these are the battery which you are using in your domestic use. Second is nickel cadmium storage cell. It's a longer life comparison than all secondary batteries, more expensive, smaller and lighter. Anode is cadmium, cathode is nickel oxide. Electrolyte we use potassium hydroxide. Anode side reactions cadmium plus hydroxide ion. In a discharge they become into the cadmium oxide, water and 2 electrons they gain. Charge condition the reaction are reversible. And a cathode nickel hydroxide plus 2 electron, and a discharge they give nickel hydroxide and 2 hydroxide. So these are the overall reaction you have seen, student, and these are the formation of nickel cadmium battery, the negative plate, the separator plate and a positive plate. A new type batteries we are used known as fuel cells. These are designed to convert the energy from the combustion of fuels, example hydrogen, carbon monoxide, methane, etc., directly into electrical energy. So they are not use any waste product. And if you have seen on the display, anode the dihydrogen plus hydroxide ion become into the water and 2 electron we gain. And the cathode side oxygen plus water molecules gain 4 electrons and become into the hydroxide ion. Overall reaction is H2 plus O2, they become into the H2O. So these are the diagram of a fuel cell. Left hand side the hydrogen gas is filled and right hand side the oxygen gas is filled. Oxygen part is cathode and they form by the electrolyte known as potassium hydroxide, they are filled, and porous carbon electrode. So student, the advantage of fuel cells over ordinary batteries: first, high efficiency, more efficient. Example, delta H for H2O2 fuel cell is minus 285.5 kilojoule per mole. E node cell is equal to 1.23 volt and is equal to 2. So delta G fuel cell is equal to minus NFE cell. If we put all the value, minus 2 multiply by 96,500 coulomb per mole, then 1.23 volt. So answer is minus 2379390 joule per mole, or minus 237.39 kilojoule per mole. If we take the ratio efficiency of delta G delta H multiply by 100, so is 83% more efficient comparison than the ordinary cell. Second one, continuous source of energy. There is no electrode material to be replaced as in ordinary battery. Example, H2O2 fuel cell used in spacecraft. So continuous source of energy we gain by this. And third is pollution free working. There are no objectionable byproducts, therefore they do not cause pollution problem. And so fuel cell is Apollo space program and various type of space mission. Fuel cell is a modern time we used. The next topic is corrosion. It is a process or determination of a metal act as a result of its reaction with air or water environment surrounding. If in case of iron, it is called rusting. The Fe2O3 into X2O molecular form. Iron does not rust in dry air in vacuum. Factors which affect corrosion: first of position of metal in EMF series. More reactivity possibility of metal getting corroded means they have minus negative reduction potential value. It's a reactive, so they are corrode easily. Second one, presence of impurities in metal. Setting up voltaic cell which increases the speed of corrosion, so impurities are also increase this. Third one, presence of electrolyte. Example, corrosion of iron in seawater takes place to larger extent than in distilled water because the seawater contaminated by the ions, so the rate of reaction is high. Student, fourth reason is presence of carbon dioxide in water act as an electrolyte and increase the flow of electrons from one plus to another, means